just when taking a break from the YouTube thing, I enjoyed it. Had some time to think to myself, had some time to get some things straight with some important things in my life. Then I saw this story and I had to come back and at least speak on this. I always talked about children and I talk about bullying. Bullying is becoming a thing. For some reason, it seems like it's just growing and growing and growing, and it's getting worse. But it's a sad thing that when you have grown-ups that do bullying too, and it's a sad thing when you got grown-ups that encourage their children to go bully others. Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to the Chris Thorne Show. What's going on, everybody? It's your man, Chris Thorne. As always, good morning, good afternoon, good evening, whenever you're watching my content. And as always, like, comment, subscribe, and share. Ladies and gentlemen, we have a story here, a very sad story that I wouldn't think that I would hear anything about, but unfortunately, this is the way of the world. And again, just when you think you've done the worst, you got another one that's worse than that. Ladies and gentlemen, we have a fifth grader, and I want to say she's 10 years old. Got into a fight. And not only did she get into a fight, they say she died after the fight. But don't let me spoil it for you. Let me y'all listen to this. And then, of course, I'm going to read the article. Take a listen.
It's a shocking story. A fifth grader in South Carolina dies after a classroom fight at her elementary school. CNN's Victor Blackwell is following this story and walk us through what we know here and what we don't.
So there are a lot of questions here, but we do have some answers. Let me take you back to Monday afternoon at Forest Hills Elementary School in Walterboro, South Carolina, just about an hour's drive west of Charleston, where there was a fight between 10-year-old Raniya Wright and another fifth grader. That other student has not been identified, but what we know from police is that there was an altercation between these two students, a fight, and this Raniya Wright was sent to the nurse's station there, where she was described as unconscious but breathing. Then she was sent to a local hospital, then airlifted to the Children's Hospital in Charleston, where this photograph was taken and posted by her mother. We know that just yesterday, 10-year-old Raniya died. Now, we don't know why that has not been released by the family. There is an autopsy scheduled for tomorrow, and those answers are expected. Now, when it comes to the school, there is an executive meeting that's been going on for most of this hour where they have to answer the questions. Were these students unsupervised? How soon after the fight was she sent to the nurse's station? Lots of questions here. We know that other student has been suspended. No criminal charges filed.
Wow. Wow. So young and so soon. These children are leaving this earth. So sad and so soon. Excuse me. Two 10-year-olds get into a fight and it leads to a death. Two fifth graders get into a fight and it leads to death. So again, I had to ask the question for you who sit up there and holler about what can a kid do to an adult, or what can a kid do, period. Kids can't harm anybody. You want to think twice before you say that shit again? Seriously, do you want to think twice before you say that shit again? Are we really that naive and once track-minded that we just think that because a kid is a certain age or they're in a certain grade that they can't fuck us up? And if you think that, you are sadly mistaken. Maybe my era in the 80s and 90s, we'd look at them like that and probably say, no, they can't do nothing to us. We're not in the 80s and 90s anymore. These children, just like these grown-ups, will fuck you up. I have no other way to put it. I'm just going to be blunt to you. These children will fuck you up. All right? Nothing more, nothing less. It's just what it is. If they got the mindset to do it, goddamn it, they going to do it. And if they got a weapon to do it, these motherfuckers not afraid to use it. So I take every threat serious now. If I was you, even if it's from a child, take the threat serious. Because in this era, if they say they're going to do it, they are going to do it. How many times must I have to do these stories to prove to you that shit that they say is real? And for the parents out there, you might want to stop saying that I brought you into this world, I'll take you out. Because your kid probably can say to you, yeah, you brought me in this world, but as far as taking me out, they can go both ways. And they are right. They are right. So let's get on with here. You know I got an article to this. Let's get on with this. This is sad. And I accidentally ran into this story, y'all. I promise I did. I accidentally ran into this story. I was just surfing the web and this just came across. And this is crazy as fuck. It's crazy as a motherfucker. It's crazy as hell. It's a Fruit Answers. This is called Fruit Answers after fifth grader. Raniya Wright dies in elementary school fight. These are elementary children. And it says right here that she was knocked unconscious in the fight in her elementary school. She died in the hospital 2 days later. 2 days later, she died in the hospital. So the story reads, at Walterboro, South Carolina, school board members and parents are looking for answers after a fifth grader died from injuries suffered in a fight at a South Carolina elementary school. Authorities released few details about the Monday fight. They say it involved 2 students, and Raniya Wright was knocked unconscious at Forest Hill Elementary School in Walterboro. She died in the hospital 2 days later. The Collection County School District said that the other student is also a fifth grader. Wow. And has been suspended. The student name, sex, and age have not been released. So it's a possibility it could have been a boy that did this. They're not releasing anything. Wow. No charges have been filed. Okay, this is school board meeting right here. Okay, let's hear what they got to say. Let's hear what they got to say.
Shortly after 1 p.m. Thursday, Colleton County School District officials went into executive session to discuss the school fight at Forest Hills Elementary that led to a fifth grader's death.
Can you drive?
In a confined yet filled space, somber and concerned looks filling the faces of Colleton County School District officials.
The solemn occasion just to give you thanks, praise, and honor.
Opening with a prayer.
I'd like for us to have just a moment of silence for Ms. Wright.
And having a moment of silence as school board members hold a special meeting to discuss what happened at Forest Hills Elementary and what led to Raniya Wright's death. Board members quickly went into executive session where our cameras or the public wasn't allowed. After 3 hours of discussion behind closed doors, this is what the superintendent had to say.
Providing a safe learning environment is top priority for our district. After the investigation is concluded, we will thoroughly review the findings and address any areas of concerns throughout the investigation. Right now, we will remain focused on supporting our students, our employees, our parents, and the community through this.
I chased down school board member Harry Jenkins after the meeting, and this is all he had to say. So can you confirm whether or not there was a substitute in the classroom? What do you have to say to all these parents who are out here?
Just a comment that was made by the
So there is nothing that the district can say to help these parents try and figure out what actually happened to Raniya Wright.
It's an open investigation. That's why we can't comment on it.
Several Colleton County parents attending the meeting as well, telling me they still have more questions about what happened Monday at Forest Hills Elementary.
I came out here for answers. I came out here like everyone else out here wanting answers on how this happened, you know, what's going to be done to prevent it from happening again.
Okay. Okay, I can dig that. I'm going to comment on that in a minute. So,
it's the talk of this tiny hamlet. Some lucky guy or gal hit it Powerball big, buying the winning ticket at the...
Want to hear about no damn Powerball? Collector County School Board member William Bowman told WLTX TV in Columbia he wants more answers and said the school board would be briefed privately about the fight Thursday afternoon, which is today. He said, what I would like for all parents to understand is how schools are safe. Bowman said there isn't a teacher or staff member or administration in our district that doesn't have the safety of our students in the highest regard. School officials who called 911 initially said the girl collapsed Monday after the fight and was unconscious but breathing in the nurse office, according to Collector County Sheriff's Office incident report. The report and statements from deputies and school officials have not detailed how the girl was injured or what the fight was about. The attack is listed on the report as a simple assault and said no weapons were used. Wow. Okay. Raniya died Wednesday at Charleston Hospital. An autopsy is scheduled for Friday. Brittany Walsh has a fifth grader at the same elementary school and also said the school system needs to release more information. I agree. They are just a great family and they don't deserve this. Walsh told WCBD TV in Charleston, our goal is we need to prevent it from happening again. Okay. And I think that's it for that. Let me say this right here. Shout out to the people down there. And I'm going to tell you why. Because this is one of the first stories that I can recall that I had ever done about kids with this shit that's going on. They are coming together. All right? They are coming together, and it sounds like they're making their voice being heard. So shout out to them for at least making a change and come together. Because y'all know how all this shit works. A lot of things with these children, other people, if it's somebody white involved, that's what everybody want to clap back. But these people out here want answers. And I agree with them. They need much detail as possibly can. And they are asking some good questions. Were they being attended to? Was it a substitute teacher that wasn't attending to them? What happened to cause all this? And what was the fight about? And last, not least, was it a boy or was it another female? Let me say that again. It needs to be told, what if it was a boy or a girl? Now, I think the law with a lot of these states is if they under a certain age, they can't release that information no time soon, this, that, and the third. Okay, I get it. But these people need answers because this is some motherfucking ridiculous. Fifth graders knocking the shit out of other fifth graders and they passing away from the shit. And the crazy thing is they saying it was no weapon used. So whoever she got to fight with, damn, what they on? Seriously, what they on? Or did they just catch them with the right hit? I don't know. I don't know. So I don't want to say, first of all, shout out to them. Second of all, people, this bullying shit, something has to be done. And I don't get with a lot of these schools, if it's being reported that they are being bullied, why seem like nobody ain't doing shit? You tell people we're going to do this, we're going to do that, but the shit happens again. Can you not separate these kids? Maybe put them in another classroom, or maybe have them sitting in different corners. And have a person up in there who can actually keep an eye on them. Make sure one's not fucking with the other one. I see something today, I don't remember where it was, that it said that one of the parents was encouraging their child to hit somebody. Now, I can't speak too much on that story because I don't know if they said that because she tired her child getting fucked with other children, or maybe she just a mean-ass motherfucker herself. I have no idea. But I saw it somewhere where she was encouraging her children to hit somebody. And I said, damn. How about that? How about it? For some reason, with a lot of people who I support on YouTube or who I watch, so to say, I don't see them talk about stuff like this that needs to be talked about with the bullying, because this is something serious. Especially if you're somebody who got children. This is something serious. It doesn't need to be taken lightly. Some of these youngins at her age, for some reason, got social media pages. And I don't know why. And I think I saw somewhere in another story where they say she had a Facebook. But don't quote me on that. But I think I did see that. But if that is the case, then first I had to ask, what is she doing with her Facebook page in fifth grade? And secondly, do they know that that's part of this suicide thing? These kids getting picked on the internet, these folks fucking with them on the internet, saying all this dirty ass shit to them on the internet, just foul mouth shit. And it caused these kids to go into depression or whatever, and to turn around and take their own life. That's why if I had any children, they would not have no social media page at all. With the distraction that I see that they would give my child, they would not have one at all. And at their age, fifth grade and 10 years old, they got no business with one. That's just my opinion. They had no business with one. None whatsoever. All the time they need to get on a computer, if we got little games and stuff, they want to take a break, play little games and stuff, or if they need to surf the net because they got something to do with their homework. Well, the net, Twitter, Facebook, all this other shit they got going on. Nah. Now, YouTube, I think you kind of set the settings for YouTube where they can watch certain stuff. I'd even let that ride. But all this other garbage, no, they don't need it until they up in age. What has happened to this girl is tragic and it's sad. It doesn't make any sense. Fifth graders are able to hurt people that bad, where they can pass away. Wow. If this don't wake some of you people up in the world that got children, especially you fathers, if you have the opportunity to be in your child's life, please do so. Please. Because one of my things is, I do feel that if the father is in the home, a lot of this stuff will cease. A lot of it will cease. Notice I say if you have the opportunity, meaning that the baby mama's not fucking with you, she's not stopping you from doing it, you got the open door to do it, man, go do it. Go do it. Go do it. If she has the open door for you to go see your child, spend time with your child, she's like, look, dude, I'm not fucking with you. You want to come see your baby, come see your child. I'm not stopping you. You stopping yourself. then go ahead, y'all. Be there. And teach them about stuff like this. Because they need to know. They need to know. Rest in peace to this young lady. Another precious child gone too soon. On your man Chris Thorns. Man. I don't know what else to say. But probably need to have a live on this. That's probably what I'm going to do. I'm just going to get probably a panel of people and let's have a conversation about this, especially people who are going through this with other individuals. Especially for parents who are going through this with the same thing, with their child getting bullied at school. Yes, maybe I need to get a panel of people. Let's have a show. And let's all together bring awareness to this thing, this disgusting thing that we have now called bullying. So I tell you what, anybody who wants to host a show with me or come on a show with me to talk about these issues, let me know in the comment section or hit me up in the email or however contact you got with me. Let me know and let's do it. Because if we're not going to be a voice, then who will? I'm out.